It was a peaceful afternoon in the quiet suburban neighborhood, with families going about their day and the sun shining brightly. But that tranquility was shattered when Karen, the notorious HOA enforcer, confronted her neighbors once again. This time, her rage had escalated beyond petty complaints about lawn care or trash cans being out of sight. She stormed toward the front yard where a young girl, barely able to walk due to her crutches, was playing quietly. The girl, Emma, had recently been in an accident and had been recovering with difficulty. She was trying to get outside, but Karen didn't see her as a victim, only as an obstacle. With a snarl on her face, Karen approached, shouting at Emma to get off the property and accusing her of disrupting the neighborhood's peace. Emma, weak from her injury, tried to explain, but Karen was beyond reasoning. In her blind fury, Karen drew a gun and, without thinking, fired a shot at Emma. The sound of the gunshot echoed through the neighborhood, and Emma collapsed, her crutches falling from her hands. Blood began to pool around her, and the neighbors, in shock, rushed to the scene, calling for help. But as Karen stood over her, a look of pride and anger on her face, she didn't realize the gravity of what she had just done. What Karen didn't know was that Emma's father, General Daniel Harris, a respected Army officer, had been away on duty for months. He had returned home that day to visit his daughter, never expecting to walk into a nightmare. Hearing the commotion, he rushed outside, his heart dropping when he saw his daughter lying in a pool of blood, the woman who had just shot her standing over her. In an instant, Daniel snapped into action, his military training kicking in as he assessed the situation. "Karen, drop the weapon," he ordered, his voice commanding, yet cold. Karen froze, suddenly realizing her mistake. The sight of the powerful army general, standing tall and unyielding, was enough to make her tremble. She hadn't just attacked any family, this was a man who had spent decades serving his country, someone who had the training and connections to ensure that justice would be swift and merciless. It was too late for Karen to backpedal. As the police arrived, Daniel calmly told them everything that had happened. His daughter's life had been forever changed by a woman who had let her authority go to her head, but Karen's fate would now be in the hands of the law. The neighborhood that once seemed so peaceful would never be the same again, and the once feared HOA Karen would now face the consequences of her reckless actions.